Hello, everyone. My name is Ahmet Turgut. Welcome to TurkishSoccer.com weekly Turkish football and Turkish Super Lig program. Here we go. The 29th weekend was a lot of surprise because if you look at the top teams, Trabzonspor and Başakşehir, and they have lost points. So as I see this race, as we go into last 5 weekends in the Turkish Super Lig, this title is up for grabs, ladies and gentlemen. The reason why I'm saying this is going to go down to the wire because the point gap between Trabzonspor, Başakşehir, even with Sivasspor, let alone Galatasaray is a long shot for the title, but you never know what will happen in the next 5 matches. The reason why I'm saying, because ever since the coronavirus break, as I said this in my first podcast after the pandemonium, which is coronavirus break, I said the team's going to be witnessing and experiencing a lot of injuries, and which did that happen. And as you could see, a lot of teams are not fit to play 90 minutes. So if you look at it, and everyone said in the beginning of 27th weekend, Trabzon or Başakşehir was going to win the title. I am, especially they're still saying Başakşehir is the closest team to win the title this year in Turkish Super League. I really don't agree with that. Here's why. I will talk about it, and we'll finish it off with what's going to happen in the 30th week in the Turkish Super League. And I could tell you that there's going to be a lot of things be happening in the next 5 weekends in Turkey as far as football going on in the Turkish Super League. As we look at the scores last weekend in the 29th week, we had Beşiktaş and Fenerbahçe won their game, but Trabzonspor, Başakşehir, and Galatasaray, which they played against Başakşehir, it was a good point for Galatasaray, but it was not good 1 point for Başakşehir. So here are the total scores that we had in the 29th week. Beşiktaş beat Konyaspor 3-0. Fenerbahçe was at home, and they beat 3-2 Malatyaspor, which put Malatyaspor in a very dangerous place. Trabzonspor, that's another upsetter right there. They lost one of the teams that were struggling, were in the relegation zone. They tied at home against Ankaragücü 1-1. Göztepe at home against Alanyaspor, they tied 3-3. And Sivasspor at home, they lost to the last placed team, Kayserispor. This was a huge loss. If they would have won this match, it would have been really plus for Sivasspor. So this is a huge loss for Sivas. In Rizespor tied with Denizlispor 2-2, and Başakşehir Galatasaray match was draw 1-1, and Gaziantep at home draw against Antalyaspor 1-1. And on Monday, the last match of the 29th weekend, Gençlerbirliği lost to Kasımpaşa 2-0 in Ankara. So if you look at the schedule this past weekend, and then if we look at the schedules next 5 weekends, you're seeing a lot of desperate teams who need points are playing against the title chasers. And also, a lot of these teams who's desperate for points, they are playing against each other. So if you look at the top and bottom, it's going to be down a wire. Because right now, after Ankaragücü and Kayserispor won their match in 29th weekend, Ankaragücü has a chance to bring up itself out of the relegation zone if they win their next 5 matches. If you look at up to the 10th place team, Gaziantep, they are in trouble too. So all these teams from 10 to 18th place, they are in trouble if they don't win their matches. So a lot of these teams play against the top teams too. So we'll see what happens. Looking at the standings, Başakşehir in the first place with 60 points. Trabzonspor with 58 points, second place. And 53 points, Sivasspor in third place. Galatasaray in fourth place with 52. And Beşiktaş with 50 points. Looking at the 30th weekend that's coming up, the huge game, probably the match of the week, will be on Sunday in Istanbul, where Galatasaray placing, actually Trabzonspor will be traveling to Istanbul to play Galatasaray in Istanbul. So this is the huge match for title chasers. And on the other hand, Başakşehir, they will play on Saturday against Antalya in Antalya. As I told you, Trabzon will be traveling to Galatasaray Istanbul on Sunday. But before Sunday, another team, Sivasspor, will be away in Istanbul against Kasımpaşa. If Sivas and Başakşehir wins their match on Sunday, Galatasaray-Trabzonspor match will be very important because Başakşehir will reach the 63 points and Sivasspor will reach the 56 points. So Trabzonspor being 58 points and Galatasaray being at 52 points before the 30th weekend matches after Başakşehir and Sivasspor plays. This should be a huge match on Sunday. So I would, Galatasaray played good match in the 29th week. If they beat Trabzonspor, they have a little bit, at least to grab the second place, a chance to grab the second place. But if Trabzonspor loses in Istanbul, this is going to be pretty much over for Trabzonspor chasing the title because they will be behind. So, but again, there are, after the 30th week, there are 4 more weeks. If we look at some of the matches that Başakşehir will be playing after the 30th week, they go to Denizli. They're home against Denizli, and they will be going to Konya, and they will be at home against Kayseri, and then their last match will be in Istanbul against Kasımpaşa. So they are playing against the teams who are really in needs of points. So Başakşehir could stumble. On the other hand, Trabzonspor, after the 30th playing against Galatasaray, in the 31st week, they go to Antalya. After that, they go to Denizli, Konya, and Kayseri matches are very important for them too. Looking at Galatasaray's last 4 matches after Trabzonspor match, you have Alanya. They're going to Alanya in away match. And they will be in Ankara against Ankaragücü in away match. And they will be home against Göztepe. And they will finish the league this season in Antalya against Antalyaspor. So things are not really done yet, ladies and gentlemen. And on the other hand, Sivasspor, it's very up to them at this point. If they win their matches on Saturday, okay, if they win and they reach the 56 points, and then they have to wait for the other teams to lose points or points. So we'll see what happens. The 30th week, it's going to be a heck of a week, and I still claim this title chase is going to go down to the wire, and also we are going to see a lot of surprise matches, surprise scores, at the end of the 30 weekend. I cannot call who is going to be the champions of the Turkish Super League, just not yet. Thank you, and thank you for listening to Turkish Soccer's weekly show here on wherever you listen to your podcast. And please like my page, and please follow me on Twitter at Turkish Soccer, and follow me on Turkish Football on Facebook. Thanks again. See you next week. Bye.